Good morning, Oakwood family. My name is Doug Cress. My wife, Andrea, and I have been members at Oakwood for over 20 years, and our children and grandchildren attend here also. At Oakwood, we put a high value on the faith stories of other believers. So here was a quick version of mine. I grew up in the Bible Belt, but my mom and dad were rebels. They did not raise their 4 kids in the faith. However, my grandparents and many of my aunts and uncles were firm believers, so I had some exposure to the gospel, especially through my Aunt Irma. Aunt Irma faithfully took me and all my cousins to Vacation Bible School here at our church every summer. The first turning point in my faith story came in 5th grade, when the Gideons came to our school and handed out those little red New Testaments. There was not a lot to do where I grew up, so I read that New Testament front to back. The thing that fascinated me was the clear observation that this Jesus guy was not of this world and that I should probably follow him. Now, I was a very good kid by most standards, but I did realize I was a sinner in need of help. I was especially impressed by Jesus' statement that heaven rejoices over one sinner who repents. So at some point in the 5th grade, I prayed the sinner's prayer, my version of the sinner's prayer, and put my faith in Jesus. However, since I did not really have anyone to disciple me at that point, I went through middle school and high school completely under the influence of the world. I was especially interested in science and was really fascinated by theories explaining the origin of life and the universe. The next turning point came the summer after my junior year of high school. I was lucky enough to attend a summer program at James Mason University that was hosted by the governor of Virginia. This was really the best thing that ever happened to me, getting this fantastic college preview, taking college classes in biology and physics, and getting all these backstage tours at the Smithsonian Institution. However, one day toward the end of that summer, a college student saw me and asked this famous question: if you died today, do you know you would have heaven as a home? This question shocked me, and I remembered my commitment to Jesus that I made back in the 5th grade. And so I realized that my mind and my soul were in great conflict. So when I got back at home at the end of the summer, I went back to that church that Aunt Irma took me to in Vacation Bible School. During that year, I realized that while I could explain evolution and at least wave my hands about the Big Bang, my heart really kept telling me that God was the explanation for everything. By the end of the year, I made a public profession of faith at the Vacation Bible School that next summer, and then I went off to college. A big part of my choosing faith over reasoning was my own mind were verses like 1 Corinthians 3:18 through 20 that read, "Let no one deceive himself. If anyone among you thinks that he is wise in this age, let him become a fool that he may become wise. For the wisdom of this world is folly with God. For it is written, He catches the wise in their craftiness. And again, the Lord knows the thoughts of the wise, that they are futile." So as a career scientist for the last 35 years, I have lived in the world of human wisdom, seeking to trust completely in God and His wisdom and bringing the light of His truth to bear in my life, my home, and my work.